Well, hey folks, welcome back to this Tennishead YouTube channel. I'm Stephen Boughton, bringing you the news. There's lots going on this week. We have an ATP 500 in Dubai and Acapulco coming up. There's tournaments going on right now and ranking juggling's about to happen. We're going to get into those. We're also going to take a look at Jannik Sinner, the young Italian phenom's progression, because it's very eerily similar to two of the GOATs, Federer and Nadal, early in their career. And then we're also going to take a look back at Federer's return to action in Doha this week, where he won one match and lost his second. We're going to take a look at the form and what he had to say about it. So we're going to get into all that on this episode of Tennishead. Well, thanks for coming back here, folks. The Tennishead Virtual Club is the only one of its kind in the world. You pay your membership fees, and then you get kitted out from head to toe in an Asics tennis gear. You get access to the magazine, which is amazing. We got Daniil Medvedev on the cover of this one. And you get lots of other perks like videos from the likes of Boris Becker, discounts on gear, lots of different things like that. So click the links below to check that out. As you've probably already seen, Novak Djokovic has overtaken Roger Federer for the record with the most total weeks at world number one at now 311 weeks on the top spot, which is absolutely amazing. He's done it at a few different periods over his career, and he's always had to fight hard to do it, and he's just displayed so much absolutely dominant tennis that, this record speaks for itself as far as his dominance. So congrats, Nole and the Nole fam. And with Nadal pulling out of Acapulco and not accepting a wild card, even though he was offered to Dubai, Daniil Medvedev is set to become the world number 2. Now, he's the only player outside of the big four, which, if you're not sure, it's Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, and Andy Murray. He's the only player outside of the big four to be ranked in the top 2 since Leighton Hewitt in mid-2005. So that's a long time. So Daniil Medvedev is in some sacred ground. He's on the cover here, as I said, of Tennishead magazine. And he's going to get the second spot without securing a major, which is interesting. But with this new ATP ranking system, taking more than just the 12 years into account, it's made it possible for him. Because obviously the only major holders right now are Djokovic, Nadal, and Thiem with the US Open. So interesting stuff there with the rankings. So Jannik Sinner right now is playing in Marseille as we are filming this. But the young Italian has taken the tennis world by storm, really showing up on the scene at the 2019 ATP Next Gen Finals, where he won with some brilliant tennis, just destroying opponents and really showing the world what he's made of. He's a bigger kid, and he can hit really big from both sides of both wings. So he has the ideal modern game, eerily similar to Novak Djokovic in the way that he plays, especially off the backhand. But from a Tennishead analyst, that we've broken down some of the trends in the early part of his career based on Federer and Nadal's progression at the same time. So we're going to take a look at that. So Jannik Sinner started his tennis, really, his full-time tennis, a lot later than most players, especially in the modern age. He started full-time in tennis at age 13. While you look at Federer and Nadal, they played much younger than that, with Nadal turning pro at 15, Federer winning Junior Wimbledon at 16. Jannik Sinner started later, but he's grown very quickly he's already won titles on the ATP World Tour, and he's in the top 100, and he's doing very well. There's a graph here that you can see that the Tennishead analysts have broken down, and from the weeks from entering the ATP rankings to getting to the top 100, it goes Federer 102 weeks, Nadal 82 weeks, Jannik Sinner 89 weeks. So he's actually gone faster than Federer getting to the top 100. Then looking at weeks in the ATP rankings to his first title, 176 weeks for Federer, 151 weeks for Nadal, and only 143 weeks for Jannik Sinner. So he was actually faster to get to his first ATP title than either Federer or Nadal. Interesting there. And then weeks from entering the ATP rankings to his first Grand Slam quarterfinal. We're going to look at Grand Slams won, but of course Jannik Sinner has not won a slam yet. But just to their first Grand Slam quarterfinal, Federer 193 weeks, Nadal 192 weeks, Sinner 115 active weeks. So that's much shorter than Federer and Nadal. So Sinner is on what you could say is a GOAT pace. And obviously it's a bit unfair to hold him to the high standard of the two greats of the game. But it's very obvious that he has the talent to do some major things in the sport. And it's just an interesting progression to look at. So obviously we're going to be thankful to watch his career unfold before our eyes and we will see what he can do as far as majors and rankings and the history books. And last but definitely not least, we had Roger Federer returning to action in Doha this week after 13 months off, as we talked about. People were really interested to see what his level would be like at, what his body would be at. Coming back, he's 39 years old now, so it's definitely not easy to get back into the rhythm of playing full-on matches. But he did that very well in his first round in the second round of the tournament, in his first match against Dan Evans. They'd been practicing together a lot, so they knew each other's game, and Federer played well. Dan Evans played well. It was just a great match, came down to it. What we saw from Federer was a little bit of rust, I think. He admitted that for sure. But we saw that normal Federer brilliance and ball striking that we're used to seeing. And tennis fans were so happy to see that again on the courts of the ATP World Tour. In the second match, Federer did fall to Nikolai Basilashvili in a very tight match as well. He did have one match point on Basilashvili's serve, wasn't able to convert, and ended up losing and kind of just running out of steam, it looked like. Basilashvili was absolutely mashing the ball, as he does. Federer, after the tournament, said he was very happy with his performance. He said he was already over the loss, and quote, "This one is super easy to get over. I'm already over it. I'm happy I was back on tour. I'm pleased I came here. I'm really happy with the comeback." So Federer has decided to pull out of Dubai and go back to training to focus on getting physically fit, match fit for the clay swing, and then especially the grass season and Wimbledon. And I want to know your thoughts on the chances he has to win another major. I also want to know your thoughts on the upcoming tournaments. Let us know what you think about the action going on the ATP World Tour. Thanks for watching. I'm Stephen Boughton. This is Tennishead. Make sure you hit subscribe and like the video, and we will see you next time on the YouTube channel.